Hello, good evening, and welcome to a different live tonight. So this live tonight is going to be the first in a series of customer interviews. So as you'll probably know if you already follow me, is my business is very customer based, customer focused, and it's about how I can serve you to reach your highest potential. So tonight I'm going to be speaking with the lovely Lucyelle. We've not done this before, we've not practiced, we're winging it. So she should be able to join me as soon as possible. So it should show on her screen to join me. So we're going to have a little chat and see how the business has impacted her life and she should be able to click to join and it should go double screen, but we'll see. Testing technology. Lucyelle, are you there? Calling Lucyelle. So I am blessed to have some beautiful, here we go. Lucyelle, request to join you. Approve. Should be working. Cross your fingers. It says adding. Joining.
Hello, hello.
Hello! Can you see me?
How are you doing? I can see you and I can hear you. Yes, I've got just the one AirPod in right now. I've got my lovely neighbour upstairs just hammering and doing various noisy things today. So I just thought I'd have half him and then half you.
Sounds good. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you, my darling. Thanks for inviting me along.
Nice. It's been a pleasure. I wanted to get you on first because you were the first. You were the very first. So to give you a little bit of background for those of you that are watching. So myself and Lucyelle were in a self-development container, weren't we, at the time? We were in Source Yourself to Success, which was about finding your own power. And I'd struggled for a long, long time with knowing what my thing was. And I knew that I was, something was coming. I didn't quite know what. And it was a night before that course started that this spark of an idea came. And I remember messaging you, or it was a comment in the group, and it was about the essential oils and the bracelets. And I was like, hang on a minute, every day I put essential oils on and I put my bracelets on. So can I combine this? And so I made the prototype, didn't I? And I messaged you and I was like, is this a really crap idea? Or is this like a spark of magnificence? And you were like, I will buy it. So I was like, okay.
You've got a customer. I think it's great.
So
I'm in.
Customer, hadn't I, before I'd even started the business. But this is why you were there as my little cheerleader from the beginning, which is why I wanted to get you on first, because you were there when it was just this mere little spark, weren't you?
Absolutely.
So the question that I was going to ask the customers and clients, I don't even know whether to call them customers or clients, but I think I need a better word. I think I need, like, I don't know, Rainbow Tribe or something, because it seems
nice. Yeah, something to do, something to reflect your business.
Yeah, I think I need something because it doesn't sit right with me. But that was the first question I was going to ask, was like, how did you find the business? But you literally helped me birth the business, which was lovely.
Wow.
Because you cheerleaded me from before the beginning, didn't you? So I mean, if you want to talk a little bit about, you know, what inspired you to kind of push me along the right path, really.
Absolutely, of course. Well, I mean, I'm great at giving advice to others, and actually through really delving into my spirituality, delving into my healing, my trauma, my shadows, and then having your phenomenal advice. I mean, I'd message Sarah Louisa all the time and just be like, okay, I'm struggling with this. I don't quite understand what I'm feeling today. And she'd be like, just tap into you, listen to you, what's happening within you. And as soon as I kind of felt that, I knew that all my intuitions are correct, that I don't need outside opinion or advice. What is within me is exactly the way that I need to go. And I do remember at the time when you had your beautiful the Sense roll-ons for the pulse, for the pulse points, and I remember it was when my husband and I went down with COVID pretty furiously. It was quite a disgusting, vile time, and I remember you were telling me about that, and I just said, "Oh my God, yes, please." I had no energy. My energy was completely zapped. And I remember messaging you and asking you, you know, what's the best thing? What would you advise? Help me. I mean, It was not a great time for me or my husband. So we actually used that beautiful roll on our temples, our wrists, behind our ears, and honestly, hand on heart, I felt a huge improvement. I really did. And then there's also been other times when I've been in a lot of pain, just because trauma can come up in different ways. And for me, I had the most awful back pain. I could barely walk. It just came out of nowhere. You know, I didn't pull it or anything. It just happened. And I spoke to you and you said, "Do you want some distant crystal healing?" And I just know that I can trust you and I believe in you. And I've always believed in you. You have such phenomenal powers. You are such an incredible, wonderful, rainbow, glittery witch. And I knew that you could help me. And I completely said, yes, please. I've never done distant crystal healing in my life. And honestly, within seconds, guys, the pain started to ease. She sent me some beats to listen to on my way to my friend's party because I just didn't want to let down my friend. I don't like letting people down. So I knew that I had to go to this party, and honestly, within minutes, an hour or so, that pain had gone. And that was from you. That was you tapping in.
That people really struggle to get their head around that, because obviously crystal healing session, when you go and lay down and you've got the nice music and all of that, people understand that. Yeah. It's a bit like going for a massage, isn't it? But distance crystal healing, people don't quite understand it, because all you needed to do, all I asked you to do, wasn't it? Obviously, I asked you for permission to send healing, and then all you had to do was just sit, and I asked you to take a few mindful breaths and find a quiet space, and all you had to do was sit, wasn't it? And, and be in that receiving energy. And people really struggle to get their head around that. And I'm not sure, I think testimonials do help, but people do really seem to, it sounds too good to be true. I think that's what it is. It's like how can I sit here and you're in London and I'm over here, and I can do it all around the world, but people, I think, until you've done it or know someone that's done it, it's
understand that it's pure energy is what it is. You're tapping into my energy. Whether I don't know whether you've done distant crystal healing with other people that you don't know their,
not so much that I haven't got that connection with, but I mean, yeah, I can do it as long as I've got a photo and, you know, a name and a little bit of background, then that's fine. But
and it's to do with energy, and it's to do with letting go and just surrendering to that and going, do you know what, the ibuprofen has not helped, neither has all the icing, all the heat packs that I've put on, the stretching. Nothing is happening. And this is now, I think, maybe twice now, I think we've done distant crystal healing, and it's just phenomenal. It really is. And it's up to that individual person to let go and to completely trust you and know that they're in the most safe, capable, beautiful, healing hands they could ever possibly be in. And that's you. Yeah. And that's what I've always known of you. I've always felt this phenomenal healing presence from you, but also guidance. You're such a guide as well. Like the advice that you give me, and just wow. I'm just so I'm indebted to you, and to hear that I kind of helped you, grow this business. Wow. Oh my God. Thank you.
Yeah, because looking back,
I didn't expect you to say that. Wow.
That crystal healing session, it came up, didn't it? Because the fire quartz was always the most impactful for you, and it was that you were struggling with stepping into your power. That's what I picked up from that session, because working through the crystals, and obviously I send you all the crystals that I've used, but it was the fire quartz, and it was you were struggling to believe in yourself. And if I can help you, to inspire you to break through those blocks, which is what the crystal healing session did. And like you say, it wasn't so much, it was physical pain, but it wasn't from a physical injury. It was trauma rising up, and the blocks that you were facing were causing you physical pain. So
exactly, it was
can power through that is just incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I love your business. I love everything about it. It is just so positive, so nurturing, and just a real warm, beautiful hug as well. You know, when you're feeling a bit down, I don't know about anyone else who's watching right now, but I am such a crystal fan. I have far too many now. Honestly, when I tell you I don't have any more space, I don't. I will make space, obviously, as and when I make a purchase, but I just, I, it makes me so happy, and it helps me on so many different ways as well. So to do with self-confidence, those blocks, they can get in the way, and then you can question yourself, and you can question your power and self-belief and who you are. And that comes from conditioning, that comes from what you've been told and what you've been telling yourself. The language that you've been using consistently to yourself can be very detrimental. And I've found that a lot of the crystals that I work with really help me with that positivity and just calming those voices, that noise, and just bringing so much positivity to my heart. Because as we have all got to know, some people haven't yet, some people will do eventually, we are born so happy and so abundant. And that's how we need to literally live day by day, because life is a gift. And I suppose I probably wouldn't have gone for distant crystal healing had I not gone through such a dark, traumatic time back in, what was it, 2021? Or I literally can't remember now. I know it was 3 Christmases ago, where I lost my hair. I lost my voice for 4.5 months from COVID. I thought most nights that I wouldn't wake up the next day. And it took me to get to that place to go, I'm not in control of this. I can't stop this. I've got to let go. And letting go doesn't mean giving up.
No.
It just means letting yourself breathe and just simply letting your body do what it needs to do, because it's got you. And I also feel with crystals, there's so many different energies within them that they can either take that negative energy out of you, or they can distill a beautiful, soft energy in you. And I've learned so much from you, honestly, Sarah Louisa. I don't want to babble too much, because I know you wanted this under half an hour, and I quite possibly will go over if I carry on and then start using accents as well. So, you know,
I think sometimes, not that you want to have it, but sometimes you need to get to that pain point, that crisis point, to have that realization, don't you? Because like you literally got to that point where you were, you know, feeling that your body was giving up. But sometimes you just have to just let go and trust and surrender, whereas other people might be just using crystals just to top up, but they're still having that impact. But I think to see the transformation that you've been through, in, like, I started the business in December 2020, so where you were then to where you are now is just astounding, isn't it?
Absolutely. I feel like me, I'm still me 100%, but I've learned patience, surrendering, and within that patience and within that surrender, I've finally sat in my peace. And I have so much peace within me. And I think a lot of that has to do with the breath work that I've been doing, the meditation that I've been doing, the affirmations, the park, woodland, forest walks, the walking by water and just breathing, and just all listening to music at the same time, and just being with myself, and also listening to my body. Because I think many years ago now, someone would say to me, you know, listen to what your body's doing. And I'd go, what? Well, I think pains and aches, murmurs, flutters, vibrations, whatever it is within your body, that's talking to you. And mine obviously got to a place where it was screaming at me. And it made me listen up.
The body will give you symptoms, but if you don't listen, it will shout at you. It will shout and scream to get your attention, because that's what disease is. It's dis-ease, isn't it, in the body? So it will shout and scream until you listen. But for those people that are watching that might be new to crystals, can you just explain a little bit about how you use them, so in your daily life? Because quite often I find a lot of new people come to me, and then they'll say they will get the crystals, and then they'll be like, right, what do I do now? So I obviously talk to them about using their intuition and being guided into how you know, they feel that they should use them.
Yeah.
But how do you, like on a day-to-day, day in the life of Lucyelle, how do you incorporate crystals into the different practices and into your day?
Absolutely. Well, I look at my shrine, my crystal shrine, cavern almost now, and I will just close my eyes, take a breath, and then open them, and then intuitively feel which crystal I'm going to use.
Yeah.
And I will just pop it next to me throughout the day. It will sit on a book, or if it's, I mean, amethyst I work with a lot, because that's very calming. That's quite a peaceful crystal, and it aids stronger meditation vibes as well. So I use amethyst a lot. I would say that I know exactly which crystals will enhance my focus throughout the day. So again, I will hold that in my hand if I need to whilst I'm working. Or in some cases, you've seen me do it, I've sent you a picture. If I've got a raging headache or my head's a bit scattered, I will literally sit crystals on top of my head whilst I'm working, and I will feel the benefit. And as soon as I take it off, it's just on fire. It has just taken so much of that energy out that I didn't need. I would say, yes, when you're meditating, if your palms are up, if you're you want to receive, you're open to receive, your heart is open to receive, then I would hold my hand out flat and then have my amethyst crystal sat on there. When I'm out and about, especially when I realized that I actually had a lot of fear leaving my flat because of lockdown, COVID, and I mean, I'm getting better, definitely, but for a while there, I would have panic attacks. So I would take my tiger's eye, I would take my obsidian out with me. I would make sure that I've got crystals that I know that protect me against negative energy, because I was feeling so much negative energy myself and fear. So I would take those and I'd pop them into my bag, or I'd pop them into my coat pocket. Something like rose quartz, clear quartz, that would go in my bra. I'd pop that in my bra, because that's, you know, that's to do with self-love. That's also, clear quartz is an amplifier. It amplifies all the other crystals that it sits next to. I mean, there's so many different ones for so many different things, but it's what you feel you want to do. Sometimes I'll get in the bath first because you're gonna fall over. You're gonna do yourself a mischief if you don't take them out. But I'll get in the bath and I'll have the crystals next to me on the side of the bath, and then I'll pop rose quartz next to my thigh area or whatever, just next to me in the bath. The same as fire quartz, because I know that one is really good for giving me energy. So that would be popped into the bath with me too. When me and my husband, we haven't had a great night's sleep, we'll pop some crystals underneath our pillows as well, and that will help with sleep, like amethyst, especially. That's really good for going to sleep. Sometimes I'll pop a tiny obsidian under the bed if I've had a bit of a headache throughout the day, and I'll wake up so refreshed. But it's what you intuitively want to do with your crystals that matters. It might not feel right to you to pop it in your bra or popping it in the bath, but whatever feels right to you. But it's also putting your energy into those crystals and getting to know them, because they are energy. So I know that I've occasionally had some crystals and rings that have broken or I've lost, and then I've realized, okay, they've done all they need to do. They don't need to be with me anymore. So I hope that's slightly clear.
This is the thing. It's because like we've got so much information at our fingertips, and what people are so programmed to do now is they'll get crystals and they're like, what do I do with this? Okay, let me Google it. And it's like, no, like, hand on your heart, tune in. And not that Googling is wrong. Information is important, but have the information as well, take what you need. But it's about you, and like I say, it's about using your own energy, which is what my business is about, which is where it all started, with using my intuition to help to heal others. And I know crystals obviously came into the equation, but I do know at the end of the day, I'm not a salesperson. I like to think that I'm a soul person. So I know that, yes, I do have crystals shop, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not about, like I say, I'm not on Amazon. You're not expecting Amazon service, so I won't sell you. You won't just receive a crystal. You receive love, and you receive guidance, and you
Yeah.
receive being held and helped along the journey, which is what I hope that you find that you get from the business. Because even business sounds a bit cringy, because it's not. This is my way of helping to heal others. And way back when we were in one of the Mary Kate groups, my vision was in a meditation to give people the tools to heal themselves. So my purpose is to give people the tools to help you to heal. So yes, crystals are a part of that, but there's so much more that I want to do,
Yeah.
to move the business forward and to help heal people as much as I possibly can, but not heal people, but give people the ability to instill and, you know, power their own healing, which is what
Yeah.
I hope to get from the business.
And you absolutely have. I know exactly which crystals can help me now. I know exactly how to tap in intuitively to how that's going to help me, how that's going to help me with my pain, or how it's going to help me gain more energy. And also speaking about how you package your beautiful treasures, as I call them, as you call them too. It's just so beautiful. You'll pop a positive card in there as well, which will just make me go, oh, that's so lovely, that's so kind. But also it might resonate. So it might resonate with how I'm feeling at the time, and I'll just think to myself, wow, how did you know that? How did you know that's what I'm feeling, or that's what I'm going through? And then also that personal part that you write that is so special, just saying, you know, tap in with you. You are so powerful. Stand in your power. Whatever it is, it just, you go above and beyond with how, not even, I don't want to say business, how you conduct this beautiful healing company. And I just love it. As soon as I know that package is on its way, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to receive it, and I'm so excited to read what you intuitively feel I need to kind of work on or tap into. It's just so beautiful. You go above and beyond. Yeah, this ain't no Amazon. This is like special, glittery rainbow goddess, beautiful. You just take so much time with it as well. God, you're wonderful. You really are.
I'm grateful to have you. Like I say, you were like my first cheerleader, because you were the first person that I was like, is this a weird idea? Yeah, obviously go ahead with it. Yeah, just like moving forward. So obviously you gain value from what I'm offering already, but is there anything that I could offer that I don't already that you feel that you might be interested in? Because obviously you know that I work a lot with customer feedback, so I always ask people to bounce ideas off and everything like that. You don't have to answer now, I'll put you on the spot now, but just, you know, moving forward, obviously it evolves so quickly. It's gone from literally just the essential oil blends to the crystal to the life sales to the healing, like in the space of, well, just like 3 years. So any ideas that, you know, that you have, I'm always happy to work with. But
well, being a huge fan of meditation, could you incorporate some meditation recordings?
This is what, yeah, I'm thinking of doing recordings, courses,
Brilliant.
you know, workshops, everything like that. There's so much I want to do, but it's kind of refining what I do next. There's so many ideas bouncing around, but obviously it depends on what, you know, you as customers and clients would get value from, because it's not about what I want to offer, it's about what you need to help you.
I would also say, because you know this as well, in the past, during lockdown, I got involved with I think it was you know, teach yourself how to understand what crystals do, exactly what they are, get a certificate at the end, and they were a dodgy company, and I was so disheartened. Maybe because of your knowledge and your wisdom, and you know every single crystal, every single property of every single one, maybe you could do that as well. You could offer, because there are people out there like me as well, sometimes I'll look at one and I'll go, shit, what? Sorry, guys and gals, it's not quite after 9. It's not after the watershed. I'll be like, I don't know what's that, what is that called? I don't even know. And I'll have to like have a look on Google because I won't know. Even though you do put those wonderful cards in that tell you exactly what those properties are of that crystal, but they're all in a drawer. You know, I haven't got them in a book, as my husband keeps saying, you know, take pictures and make an actual book of your crystals, Lucyelle, and then you'll know exactly what they are. But without that, if you don't have that knowledge, you won't know, and you'll forget. Like me, I've got hundreds of them now. So maybe you could do that, and I'll be your first customer, because I would love to be a crystal practitioner and know way more about it than I already do.
Yeah, interesting. That is actually another one of my ideas as well, to have like crystal handbook. So you can, I was literally going to make a book, so you can pop your crystal meaning cards in and photographs and properties and affirmations and everything. That's also in the planning. But like I said, so many ideas pinging around, but it's knowing which route to take and what to move forward with straight away. Because you know what I'm like, I've got my fingers in a million pies, and then
You
I get
do, and you're such an entrepreneur, and you're a creative. You're so creative. And another thing that I would say is what brings you joy. And I would say that, you know, dance music, dancing, is there something that you could do with that,
possibly.
that you could bring into this beautiful healing, I'm going to say company, not business, company?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of ideas floating around at the moment. Yeah,
so exciting.
So where were you, like, before you were buying crystals from me? Did you have crystals already, or
I
did
did,
you own them?
yeah. I just had a couple when I was younger. I used to go to a beautiful crystal and healing tarot shop just on Sidcup High Street. I was born in Sidcup, so yeah, I think I was literally walking back from school and saw this shop, and just, I'm a magpie, so all these things were just shining in the window. I went in and I was in there for hours, hours and hours and hours. And then my mum took me again another time. And I just got a couple of crystals there, and then she did too. But I never really thought anything of it. I just thought they're very pretty, they're beautiful, they make me feel safe. I felt really safe when I had these small crystals with me. So yes, I did have a few crystals with me, but not the amount that I have now, because I swear, honestly, I've bought so, yeah.
This
My
is the
husband's
thing.
like, oh, another box. I'm like, yeah, don't worry about Amazon.
This is the thing, kind of, you've been pulled by your intuition, because I did the same when I was about 12, 13. There was a little shop local to me that sold like incense and crystals and hair dyes and things, and I went and bought crystals when I was, like 12, 13, just because I was drawn to it, but didn't really know what my intuition was at the time. So then had them, but then life gets in the way, doesn't it? I had children fairly early, had a house, mortgage, and all the boring things, and a job, and everything got overtaken. It wasn't till maybe like 7 years.
What's going on?
Got me?
Yes.
Sorry, just
Mercury retro's on its way, isn't it? So it's
that's fine. Yeah, sorry, what I was saying. Yeah, it wasn't until I then, about 7 years ago, got back into it, and then you start finding yourself again, don't you? I mean, when you have children, you kind of focus on them and everything's about them until they get their independence, and then you're like, well, hang on, why was I drawn to that? And then it's kind of a remembering of yourself, and then obviously tuning into your own intuition, and then everything, I find, just kind of clicks into place then. But yeah, there was a reason I was called to it all those years ago, but like I say, you don't always know. You just buy them, and then you kind of forget about it. Without the guidance of somebody with knowledge, or people around you with knowledge, then you don't really know why you've bought them, do you? Like, say you bought them, you probably put them on the shelf, fiddled around with them a bit, but you don't really know then what to do to progress your own transformation.
No, but luckily I had you.
Yeah.
so so I could
Yeah.
actually tap into that. And yeah, I'm so grateful. And I suppose, you know, meditation as well. I was told this so many times by my sister. I don't know if she's watching, but my sister would literally be like, Luce, because I was such a hyperactive person, and always overanalyzing, always worrying, you know, furiously worrying about things. She would say, Luce, you need to meditate. And I go, okay, what? No. And I don't have time. And I don't know how to do it. No, 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 no. Completely against. And then I only started meditating about 6, 7 years ago or something. And I try and do it every single day. And I make sure that I do have a crystal with me, because I just feel that that's right when I do that. And I'm going to say that's down to you, and that's down to your guidance and your sound, beautiful advice, you know. Yeah. You've really, 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 really helped me. I love that I've helped you a wee bit, but you've helped me, let me tell you. No.
But this is what it's about. Like I say, this is why I think the word clients and customers doesn't resonate, because I have a bond with everybody that's in my tribe, and that is for a reason, because we're mirrors, aren't we? And we elevate each other. So like I say, it's not about selling a product to me, because it's about forming that connection, even with newer people that are coming in that I don't know. But it's about, you know, forming that connection with that person, which I think is what people like, because I know that they can just pop me a message and ask any questions or comment on a post, and I will get back to them and, you know, answer their questions and build them up, really, because so many people have so much doubt about themselves, don't they? And they're like, well, what crystal should I use for this? It's like, well, flip it around. What do you think? And people are just, like you say, people are looking externally for the answers, and the answer is within them, whether they believe it or not, but they are, aren't they?
It's just that fizzy feeling. Because now when I watch your live sales, I'll wait until I've got that kind of fizzy feeling in my stomach or in my heart that goes, oh yeah, nice. Go back to that one. But I won't just buy a crystal because I just want to buy one. It has to make me feel something. Yeah. Which
exactly.
now makes me... Oh, sorry, go on.
That's all right. I was just going to say, this is why it's about the properties of that crystal and what it gives you, rather than just, this is a beautiful tower, this is 6 inches long. Do you know what I mean? It's not about, this is why I don't tend to go into the dimensions and the weights and everything else, because it isn't about that. It's about what you would gain from having that, and how that would help you, you know, how it would help you with your emotions and your body and everything else. It's not about what it looks like, is it, particularly? I mean, I know you were drawn to the pretty sparkly crystals, but it's not about that to me. That is why I don't tend to go into the specifics, and why I hate putting stuff on the website, because I have to go into the weight and the dimension and all this stuff, when that bores me, because it's not about that. It's about you buying an amethyst and it helping with the meditation, or you buying a 5 quartz and it helping you to, you know, tap into your own power. That's what it's about for me and for you. So this is where people get caught up in the fine details, isn't it? And I do it myself. I still do it. You know that I do. We get too much in our head and not enough in our heart, and that's where we've been conditioned, isn't it, through school and work and everything else. We're constantly thinking, and we're in the masculine energy of doing, and we're not.
It's exhausting.
Yeah, it is.
It's exhausting. It's so nice just to take that time for yourself and tap in and listen to what you want and feel. What's the word? I don't know. Yeah, I suppose being in your head is very different to being in your heart and listening to your soul, which, when I say soul, I feel that's deep within. That's right down near my sacral, I will say, near my root, is exactly in my root chakra is where my soul is, and I tap into that so much. But there will always be a crystal in my hand or near me for that, because that's what I need. That's how I feel.
And that's another thing, isn't it? People think that they need to be an experts in everything, and they think they need to know all about the chakras and all about the energy centers and this and that, and you don't. You just need to feel what's right for you. And like I say, that it does seem alien to a lot of people, but the more you practice it, even if you just practice just tuning in for a minute a day, when you build that up, it makes such a big difference. And using your voice is so powerful. And I know from, you know, one of my personal experiences with using your voice, and I didn't use it for the majority of my life. So even just speaking your truth 1 sentence a day, just start with the baby steps, because that's how we learn and that's how we grow, isn't it? You don't have to do everything all at once. You don't have to be a crystal expert in a day. You don't have to be a meditation expert. You just need to do one small thing for you each day, don't you? And that just adds up to massive
Absolutely.
progress, transformation.
That's it. You just hit the nail on the head, as always. Yeah. It's just step by step,
Yeah.
little small things. Yeah.
And then we get caught in comparisonitis, don't we? Because it's like, oh, look at her and she can do all of this and she's, you know, a master of this. And nobody's a master of everything. We're all master beginners in so many things, aren't we? So it's,
I think we're forever learning as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if obviously my company can inspire you to boost your transformation, because like I say, looking at you from December 2020 to now, it's just, look how far you've come. It's just incredible, isn't it?
I know. And for a while there, I didn't really take stock of that.
No.
I didn't really sit back and think, wow. And I still am growing. I still am evolving. Occasionally I'm making the same mistakes, but I'm forgiving myself because I'm human.
Compassion,
and exactly the regression, and I would say, you know, parts that I don't enjoy about myself, my defense on the occasion, it all stems from trauma and from what's happened in the past that isn't now. So why is it coming from back in the past, you know? But yeah, I definitely have sat with myself recently and thought, well done. Well done for sticking things out, you know, with my fitness regime, with not drinking as much as I used to. I gave up smoking 4 years ago now. Sorry, Mum, don't know if you're watching this. She knew, but and also just really tapping into that peaceful, calm side of me is just so beautiful. And I am just so grateful every single day that I wake up, I can breathe, I can speak, I can see, I can hear, I can stand, I can feel. That is incredible. And yes, it took what I went through to truly be grateful, and for me to just keep on that, doing my gratitude every single day, journaling on my thoughts, taking some time out for me, meditating every single day, you know, just really looking after me, lots of self-care, all the baths not all the baths, because, you know, cost of living, but, you know, the occasional things that I do for myself, and that my inner child really likes. And I don't want to talk too much about that, but you know, exactly what we loved as kids, whether that was 5 years old, 10 years old, 15, 20, whatever it is, whatever really sparked that excitement, that elation, freaking do it. I mean, I'm not going to show you now, but I've bought a keyboard, and I'm just going to start literally teaching myself how to play the keyboard again, and then start recording songs with me and my keyboard. Because my inner child just goes, come on, let's do it, let's sing, let's have some fun. And with skating as well, you know, I've bought some skates, and occasionally I'll pop out there and I'll skate with children out in parks, or fierce skaters who have been doing it for years and years and years, and I will just love it. I will absolutely love it and thrill at it. So yeah, it's just all about bringing joy to yourself and just having fun.
Really, for me, actually, somebody said to me that, what did you do as a child? Because as a child, you saw the photos I sent you the other day. As a child, I was very serious and hard. Yeah, things were hard. I couldn't communicate and things like that. But what did I do as a child? I would be happiest in the garden, playing with flower petals and things, making potions, playing with sticks, like finding little fossils and pebbles and rocks. And that's what I would do. And that's why I do it as well, is for that inner child, to make her happy, because she obviously struggled for so long. So finding what she loved to do is really powerful. But also, again, the whole healing journey. I mean, people do say to me, a comment I get a lot is, but you're always so happy. Well, yes, I choose happiness, but I'm not always happy. I do feel all the emotions, and it's not always rainbows and sparkles and everything like that. It is, we have our dark moments, don't we?
Yeah.
But my bounce back is so much better now, and I can turn that around more. But for years, because I was medicated and I was on antidepressants for so many years, from like 12 to, what was it, 35, 34 maybe, I didn't have the range of emotions. So I was just,
that is such a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, as numb. Like, it was like a running joke that I couldn't cry. And I remember taking selfies and not being able to smile properly, and I was like, why can't I smile? But it's because it was numbing my emotions. The drugs were numbing my emotions, which is why when I came off them, I had to then relearn. It was basically like reparenting myself, because I hadn't had all these emotions, and all of a sudden it was like, what the hell is this? But because I didn't have those emotions for so many years, now I enjoy having that range of emotions, and it's about embracing each emotion that I have, that I kind of ride through the waves and stuff. So yes, I do choose happiness and joy because I can now, and for so many years I couldn't, because it just wasn't available. It was just like, I was going along this line, and the high emotions were here and the low emotions were there, and I was just flatlining. So yes, I do have a big range of emotions, and I will be really, really happy, and I will be really, really sad, and I'll choose obviously joy where I can. But it's about honouring the feelings that you have, and not just, I mean, there's a real thing about, happy vibes only, but to me that's not healthy either, because then you're looking at toxic, happiness and positivity, aren't you? Because it's not realistic. We're human. We can't always be happy, because if you're always really happy, then you're not going to be grateful for that, because if that's your base emotion, then it's not going to be special anymore, is it? If you're always just like that, you need to feel the range of emotions, and it's about not beating yourself up when you have a day and you just feel crap. It's about feeling that, sitting with it, and then maybe working through it and seeing how you can lift your mood, or what you could do, or what you've neglected to do, which has led you to be in that space.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I hear you. And I too found it really quite difficult to cry. When I was younger, various things happened, and I think I just went into a place of avoidance, and naivety, and ignorance, just ignorant in the fact that anything that I felt, I would just push away, and just carry on smiling and being positive, because that's what I thought everyone wanted from me. I always wanted to be accepted by people, and thought the only way I can be accepted by people is by being positive, and joyous, and happy all the time, and smiling all the time. And don't get me wrong, I am a smiley person. That's who I am. I do smile, and I have so much light within me, and I love being positive, and I love feeling happy. I love all those joyous, positive feelings. But because of conditioning, I was told, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. It hurts me. It breaks my heart to see you cry. Please don't do it. And I'd go, okay, well, I can't cry, because then that person's going to be absolutely distraught, and I don't want them to be upset. So bless them, they thought that was right. But for me now, if I'm going to cry, I'm going to cry. And I let those tears go, and I go through the feeling of anger. I go through that feeling of fear. I ride that emotion through. I don't stop it. I don't push it down. I mean, I don't want to do it in front of people, but if I have to, I will. I will sit on a train and cry my eyes out, and I will walk around a park in a woodland forest, and emotions will pop up, and I will just let my emotions come out. And if I want to dance and sing around trees in a woodland forest, then I'll do that too. And I just won't have that fear. And I did have that fear, and I still do occasionally, of what will people think, but not as much as I used to. That is where I've really, really grown, that I've gone, what they think of me is none of my business. It doesn't matter.
It's literally changed my life. What people think of me is none of my concern, was literally the sentence that was like, okay. So there's different versions of you, different people. Like, me to you is one person, me to another person, they're going to have a different opinion of me. Someone else is going to have a different version of me. That's nothing to do with me. Like, I know who I am and who I choose to be. So, but we do, like I say, with conditioning in school, and you've got to behave a certain way and do this.
Oh
it's so
yeah,
easy to change who you are to suit other people, isn't it? And it's about, like I say,
exactly.
that remembering of who you actually are and then standing in that power. And when you do
Yeah,
that, the world just shifts, doesn't it, completely? And different people will
absolutely.
live your life who don't, resonate with the new you.
Yeah,
But so many beautiful people come into your life as a result of that, don't they?
they
So,
really do. And it's so much nicer just to be
mm,
yourself and say to your friends and to your family, I'm feeling a bit down at the moment. Things aren't great.
yeah,
I've been through hell. I'm not in a good place. I'm working on it and I'm
mm,
working on me. Just give me time,
yeah,
but also be here to support me and love me. And if you're not, okay,
mm,
that's your choice. I firstly have myself, which is enough
yeah,
because I am enough. I am worthy. I am more than enough. I am more than capable of everything that I want and that I love.
yeah,
And I have so much love to give. But if someone else doesn't want to give me that time and doesn't want to reciprocate my feelings in a friendship or whatever, that's cool
mm,
because that's their decision. And I don't have any control over that whatsoever, out of my control.
mm,
And today, I saw a quote today about control. Don't waste your time wanting to have so much control over something that you don't have control of.
mm,
Control things that you
yeah,
can. Control how you feel. Control how you respond to others. Um, that's where your control
mm,
is. And just don't grip onto something so badly because you think it should be yours
yeah,
or whatever. And it's taken me a very long time to learn this lesson,
mm,
but now I do. I just feel so much lighter now.
yeah.
I just feel lighter that, oh my God, I'm not using that energy to go, that should be mine, that should
Mm.
be mine, that should be mine.
And we waste
It's
so
not
much
that.
energy on things like that, don't we? Giving so much energy out where we don't need to. But it's having that awareness, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's awareness. Exactly. Oh, I'm feeling those feelings. Oh, it's
Mm,
my ego that's popping in to go, mine. I want it. I want it. No, you don't. What is yours will come to you, honey.
mm.
What isn't yours? And I did the JC. I didn't even mean to. I ain't being funny, but she came into me just now. It's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
So wrapping up,
yeah,
we've jabbered on, haven't we, for quite a long
yeah.
time?
I knew we would.
I knew we would. um, so yeah, just in summary, probably thinking about where you were December 2020 to where you are now, like just if you could just summarize maybe the impact that crystals and the guidance and the healing have had on you.
Okay. I mean, it could just be in one sentence, because I know that I will ramble on if I talk about every single thing. I was so lost in 2020, and now in 2023, I am found. I found me. I love all the parts of me. It took me a while. I wasn't very nice to myself for a very long time. And through healing and through crystals and meditation and breath work and looking after me and learning to truly love me, I'm still me, but
Next level.
I'm stronger, I'm better, I am grounded. I am I am that goddess that I've always supposed to be. I've always supposed to be that goddess, and I call her my golden peaceful goddess. That's who I've always met. Am I even speaking in English, or have I gone in Hungarian in my head for a minute? But yeah, I have. I love all the parts of me. I love the funny, silly accents that I do because I'm an actress and that's what I do. That's my work and that's what I love. But I also love and I appreciate and I respect the dark parts, the shadow parts, the fragile parts, the finer parts. But yes, crystals, meditation, healing, breath work has just completely transformed my life.
I feel like you need a
I
little...
told you I'd ramble. I knew I'd ramble.
Honestly, I'm so proud of you, because if my company's had even a tiny iota of impact on you, it just makes my day. And this is why I started it, because like I say, if I can impart my knowledge and my intuition onto others and help elevate them, that's what it's all about, and that's what I aim to do.
You have done that, and you've done that for me, and I know you're doing this for so many other beautiful women and men who are in this gorgeous crystal rainbow community. You've made a huge impact on me, not just my healing journey, but on me. And that's awesome. So you've done it.
Yeah.
Done it. Tick.
Ticked enough. Next.
And now I'm going to take over the world.
This is what lights me up, because like I say, to see the transformation in each individual person, that's just what it's all about, and that's what I want to keep doing, and whatever I can offer to level up people is just what it's all about. So it makes me really happy to hear that that's had that impact on you.
It has. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. But we'll wrap up now then, unless there's anything else you want to say. No,
all good. Have a lovely Tuesday night, everyone, whatever you're doing, and take care, and thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Very welcome. It's been a pleasure.
So much love.
Bye.
Mwah. Bye, honey.
Bye.